Hey guys, and welcome back. This is High Moon with another LOL Mooncast. Today we're going to be seeing a PvZ game between MC and ViOLet. So I'm really excited to see this series. It is going to be a best of 5 versus, I know I had a couple best of 3s earlier, so I'd like to see how players, how they develop against each other in the longer series, because there's a bit more back and forth. Players that start to adapt even in the very short term. So we are going to see a little bit of chat. Just good luck, have fun. And really quickly about these players, in case you don't know, both these are Korean players. MC is a little bit more familiar with the StarCraft side. He started playing StarCraft back in Brood War versus ViOLet, who was actually a Warcraft 3 player. And transitioned into StarCraft 2. He didn't go immediately because he had several tournaments that he was still working on when StarCraft 2 came out. And so he has made the transition over. But I believe overall MC is a bit more experienced, simply that he's been to a lot more StarCraft 2 tournaments than ViOLet has. So I think he's got a small advantage there. But yeah, we'll just have to see how these guys play out in this best of 5. And this is, if you guys are not familiar, this is GSL Metropolis. So this is not a map that a lot of people are familiar with, simply because it's not our typical ladder map. If you look around, there are a number of expansions. It's actually a 4-player map. And we do have kind of an interesting setup. Our natural here is, it's right next to the base, of course. We've got this double destructible rocks at the front, which is kind of interesting because it looks like MC is going to go for the Forge Fast expand, but unlike most, it's like, well, you only need to block your front, but we do have this side. Zerglings can slowly harass this down, but it looks like MC feels comfortable enough to go ahead and do the standard Forge Fast expand. At the same time, it looks like ViOLet has decided to start with a spawning pool first into the gasless expand, and there has been a pylon put down at the natural, which is always quite annoying, and we'll see if he's going to try to take down the pylon. He does have several lings coming out, so I predict that I would. Of course, it is always possible to simply take a different third instead of trying to take down the pylon, but it looks like ViOLet does have 6 lings out on the field, which is a bit more than we usually see of simply 4. But I think he kind of predicted this play from MC, that he would see the block and that he just wanted to get the lings and say, you know what, I really want to take my natural on the map. I don't have to mess with this third because then I'm going to have to break down rocks, or this third over here, which is a little bit of a run distance, harder to defend. So yeah, he did decide to go with the spawning pool first. And do we see any gas coming up? No, we do not. Going back to MC, he is now putting down his gateway. He has 1 cannon. And it looks like he just has the 1 cannon. He is going to use his probe to block the front so Zerglings can't get through. Of course, you can always float your drones in if you just right-click on a mineral patch behind the probe. However, with the cannon here, you'll simply go down. But typically, that can be a fun play if you still want to get past, like a Zealot that's on hold command. You can get a little bit of extra scouting into the base. And we are going to see Cybernetics Core coming down. And it looks like the expo has now finished. Going back to a production tab, it looks like MC is actually taking over on harvesters, but we are seeing a double expand coming in for ViOLet. So yeah, this should be a fairly interesting game. I do want to see how he plays out with this double fast expand. His main problem I see is this destructible rock will need to go down quite quickly, or else the lings are going to have to run all the way in front. If the forces are coming down, any of MC's forces coming down this front, he definitely needs to be able to come in and assist from the side. Otherwise, force fields can simply cut off his army while his third gets executed. In the meantime, we do have overlords coming at both the natural and over at the main, and I'm wondering if he's going to go ahead and float this in now, or if he's going to wait till later. Now, we do have +1 ground weapons coming in for MC, along with his initial stalker, and he looks like he's pretty well defended. He's not worrying about putting a cannon at the destructible rocks yet. Partially, he may just feel comfortable that, hey, that's going to take long enough. By the time that they'd be there, I could throw down a cannon, but he doesn't want to invest in that. He does have 3 gateways coming down right now. There is no robotics bay on the way, so he's not going to be teching up quickly. But we could see some kind of a gateway push or just kind of a little bit of a gateway defend. And going back, let's pull up the income tab one more time. But looking at ViOLet, he's now starting to work on his creep spread. In addition, he's also working on saturating the third, but he still has not used the lings to take down this rock, which I know I just talked about, but I'm really concerned that if he leaves it there for too long, that could be a problem. Even putting down, let's say he decided to put down a spine crawler, he could use the spine crawler to poke it out and then later reposition it, which is one of the nice things with Zerg. You can always reposition your stack defenses. And we do have 1, 2, so he's picking up all of his gases now. So MC is going to be on 4 gas very quickly. Warp gate is just about to finish, so he's going to be on 4 warp gates here. And this Overlord is going to go down. He's going to see a lot of saturation, so that should tell him that there's not a lot of tech, not a lot of units out, not a lot of army at this moment. But he probably saw the Twilight Council coming down, so he should know to predict for Blink Stalkers most likely. Every once in a while you see the charge lots, but I would think yes, we are going with the Blink first. And there is a small push out across the field. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Zealots here, and there is no defense. There's only 2 Zerglings, which instantly got destroyed. There are 8 Zerglings on the way, plus 3 Roaches, and this Queen is going to go down very fast. All these drones are moving away for their lives, and this rock is still not destroyed. And the pylon is coming in. Now, this could be very bad. If the pylon comes in, he's going to be able to warp in reinforcements. They're trying to take down the pylon, but the pylon is not going to go down fast enough, and all the drones are attacking, and the pylon did go down. Now, it looks like they are warped. There is another pylon on the field, so the run distance is not long, but this is way too many Zealots. All of these... There's like no Zerglings, there's no defenses on the field, and these drones are going to fight for their lives, but this is not a good situation for ViOLet to be in. In fact, he may lose too much here, but it looks like he is, now that the Roaches are on the field, he is warding away the Zealots quite well. But remember, Blink is on its way, so I'm wondering if we're going to see a wave of Stalkers here, and if MC is going to continue to commit to this attack. It looks like finally ViOLet has enough units to ward away the Zealots, and he should be able to pick all of them off. They're even trying to do a little bit of skin shoot just to get some extra slashes in, but they are all going to go down. Now, there are no more Zerglings to continue them to force to attack, so actually these 2 Zealots will get away, unless these Roaches get lucky on a turn, but I do not think they will. In the meantime, we do see Roach speed and armor is coming down. In addition, we are seeing a Overseer coming down as well, just in case of any invis or get some extra scouting in with the Changelings. And it looks like we're now working on +2 ground weapons is almost done. So there's definitely going to be a tech advantage, or I should say upgrade advantage, for MC, which is not too big of a surprise. And do we have any robotics coming down? No, we do not. So this is simply going to be a large Blink Stalker push. And it looks like he is working off of 6 gateways right now. Now, there are a ton of drones coming down, but the question is, will he be able to transition fast enough? Because remember, Blink Stalkers are going to be able to destroy all these Roaches so fast, and I really think that unless we see a large group of units, particularly he's going to need the Lings to help against these Blink Stalkers, and I think that there's just way too many Blink Stalkers on the field. There are 22 Lings. If those Lings can get out there fast enough, they may be able to help with the surround and reduce the effectiveness of the Blink, but I don't think they're going to be able to. In addition, Overlords are going down. There is a supply lock for ViOLet, and now the Queens are trying to attack, the drones are trying to attack, and this could be game right now. The Lings are on the field, but they're getting picked off. This surround is simply not enough. He's blinking the back, and this just looks frivolous for ViOLet. He's going to go down in a very fast game here. There is an infestation pit coming out, but he calls GG, and that is it for ViOLet. This is a best of 5. I definitely would have liked to see a bit more defense. I think that initial push really hurt ViOLet a lot, but like I said, this is a best of 5, and we will have the next games coming up here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this cast. My name is High Moon, and this has been another LOL Mooncast.